Your spiritual gifts are a powerful part of who you are. They guide you, connect you to something greater, and allow you to help others in profound ways. But what if someone is taking advantage of these gifts? It might seem like people are just seeking your wisdom or advice, but beneath the surface, something more concerning could be happening. Imagine that the kindness you extend to others isn't being valued the way you think. Instead, it's being exploited. This is more common than you might realize, and the effects can be harmful to your spirit. Today, we're going to explore the signs that someone might be exploiting your spiritual gifts and how you can protect yourself from this subtle form of manipulation. When you allow others to exploit your spiritual gifts, you're not just giving away your energy, you're compromising your connection to your true self. This exploitation can drain your energy, leaving you feeling empty, tired, and disconnected from your spiritual source. Over time, this constant giving can weaken your spiritual connection, making it harder for you to access the wisdom and strength that usually flows so easily through you. Worse, it can cause you to lose trust in others, and even in yourself. You might begin to question your purpose or feel uncertain about your place in the world. If you don't recognize and address this exploitation, the consequences can be far-reaching, affecting not just your spiritual life, but your emotional and physical well-being too. The first sign that someone might be exploiting your spiritual gifts is subtle manipulation. It often starts with flattery. People tell you how much they value your insight, how your words have changed their lives, and how they just can't get enough of your wisdom. At first, this feels good, it's natural to enjoy being appreciated. But over time, you might notice that these compliments come with requests. People start asking for more of your time, more of your advice, more of your energy. They might phrase it in ways that make it hard for you to say no. They may say things like, "I just don't know what I'd do without you," or "You're the only one who can help me with this." This kind of manipulation is dangerous because it plays on your desire to help and be of service. But it's important to recognize that not everyone who praises you truly values your gifts. Some may simply be using flattery to take more than they should. The second sign of exploitation is when you start feeling obligated to help others, even when it comes at your own expense. This often happens with people who know you well and understand your compassionate nature. They may rely on your sense of duty or guilt you into helping them, making you feel like it's your responsibility to be there for them at all times. You might find yourself saying yes when you really want to say no, or agreeing to help even when you're exhausted or overwhelmed. This sense of obligation can become a heavy burden, and it's a clear indication that your boundaries are being crossed. It's essential to recognize that your spiritual gifts are not meant to be a constant source of energy for others, especially when it leaves you drained. Helping others is a beautiful thing, but it should never come at the cost of your own well-being. Another clear sign that someone is exploiting your spiritual gifts is when you're constantly being asked for guidance, but you don't receive support in return. This can happen in relationships where the flow of energy is one-sided. You may notice that certain people only reach out to you when they need something, advice, comfort, or your spiritual insight. However, when you need support, they are nowhere to be found. This imbalance can leave you feeling used and unappreciated. It's a sign that the relationship is not based on mutual respect or care, but rather on what the other person can gain from you. While it's natural to want to help others, it's crucial to recognize when you're giving more than you're receiving. Your spiritual gifts should be honored, not taken advantage of, and relationships should be a two-way street. The fourth sign of exploitation occurs when people use your spiritual insights for their own personal gain. This might happen in subtle ways, where someone takes the knowledge or advice you've shared and uses it to further their own goals, without giving you credit or acknowledging the help you provided. They might take your spiritual wisdom and present it as their own, or use your insights to manipulate situations to their advantage. This type of exploitation can be particularly hurtful because it shows a lack of respect for the gifts you've shared. It's a reminder that not everyone who seeks your guidance has pure intentions. It's important to be mindful of who you share your spiritual gifts with and to ensure that your wisdom is valued and not misused for selfish purposes. The fifth sign that someone is exploiting your spiritual gifts is when you consistently feel drained or depleted after interacting with them. Energy exchange is a natural part of any relationship, but when it becomes one-sided, it can leave you feeling exhausted. If you notice that you feel tired, anxious, or emotionally spent after helping someone, this could be a sign that they are taking more from you than they should. It's important to pay attention to these feelings, as they are your body and spirit's way of telling you that something isn't right. You deserve to feel replenished and uplifted in your interactions, not drained. If certain individuals always leave you feeling depleted, it may be time to reevaluate those relationships and set boundaries to protect your energy. The sixth and final sign of exploitation is when you start noticing patterns of how people exploit your spiritual gifts. Perhaps you've experienced this before with different people in your life, and it keeps happening. This pattern could be a signal that you need to take a closer look at how you allow others to interact with your spiritual gifts. It's essential to identify these patterns and take steps to protect yourself. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most powerful ways to prevent exploitation. Let others know what you are willing to offer and what you are not. Protecting your spiritual gifts is not selfish, it's necessary for your well-being and for maintaining the purity and strength of your connection to the divine. Recognizing the signs that someone is exploiting your spiritual gifts is crucial for maintaining your energy, well-being, and connection to your true self. From subtle manipulation and feelings of obligation to one-sided relationships and energy depletion, these signs serve as red flags that should not be ignored. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can take steps to protect yourself and ensure that your spiritual gifts are respected and valued. Remember, your gifts are meant to uplift and inspire, not to be drained or misused by others. Protecting them is not just about setting boundaries with others, it's about honoring yourself and your spiritual journey. As you reflect on these signs, take a moment to think about how they might apply to your own life. Are there people who might be taking advantage of your spiritual gifts? If so, it's time to take action and protect your energy. Share this message with others who might be facing similar challenges and encourage them to set boundaries and protect their spiritual gifts as well. Join our community by subscribing and leaving a comment below. Let's support each other in our spiritual journeys and ensure that our gifts are used in ways that uplift and inspire, not exploit. Together, we can create a space where our spiritual gifts are respected, honored, and cherished. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you.